the candidates running for Congressional District 23. I think what we'll do, since we're going to be nice and intimate, we're going to, the first question is a brief introduction, and I think we'll just keep it very informative, brief introduction, who you are, why you're running, and sort of your one platform priority. Joe Kaufman, we'll start with you.
So, my name is Joe Kaufman. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'll tell you a little bit about my life. I was born in Detroit. I grew up in Yonkers, New York. I was raised by my grandparents. I was raised in I would say, a civil rights home. I went through a lot of anti-Semitism myself throughout grade school and high school and college. And when in college, my second semester, when my roommate put up a giant swastika in my room, I became a fighter for civil rights of all people. My grandmother used to always tell me that as Jews, we need to stick up for the black community, that we're in this together. Unfortunately, through hatred, we're in this together, and that if one side perishes, the other side is sure to go, and vice versa. I want to tell you a little story about my great-grandmother, who I had the honor of knowing up until I was 15 years old. When she was younger, she's a frail woman with a heart like a lion. When she was younger, she was in a train, and there was a black lady in the car with her in the train car, and there was an individual checking tickets. And he noticed this, and evidently this black woman was in the wrong car, because at that time there were wrong and right cars, and this individual with another tried to throw her off the train. And my great-grandmother, who was, as I said, she was skinny, but she had an amazing heart. She stood in between these individuals, and she told them that if they throw that woman out of the train, they have to throw her out of the train as well. And it was something that I learned as a child, and something that I kept with me to this day. And it's very important for me to tell the story, because I want you to know that as a congressman, I'm going to represent everybody. And I think the person that's in office right now, you hear time and time again, I'm sure Tim hears this all the time. People call her office, and they never get a response. And it doesn't matter who that person is or what that person's ailment is, they don't get responses. And so I want you to know I'm going to always have an open door to my office, and that's a big deal for me. The biggest thing in the campaign, as everybody feels around America, is the jobs and the economy. It's always that. And I can say thankfully right now, African Americans, unemployment is at the lowest rate that has ever been in the history of the United States. And I think that's an amazing thing. I want to tell you I'm a Republican, and I understand about good work ethic, and I want to see people get jobs, more jobs. Too many times, unemployment's low in the state of Florida, unemployment's low throughout the country. Just want to make this point. But too many times when we drive by shopping centers, and we go into those shopping centers, there's too many for rent signs in the windows. So we need to do the things that allow for more traffic to come to that area, and allow for those rent signs to come down, to give tax breaks to those small businesses, to allow them to be created, and to allow them to be maintained and to thrive. And it's a big deal for me. I'm sure it's a big deal for you.
Hi, I'm Tim Canova. I'm a law professor. Sorry about that. I'm a law professor at Canova Southeastern University. I am not a professional politician, but for the last 3 years I've been running for this office. I ran as a Democrat in 2016 because I was not happy with the representation we had by our communist woman, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. When I decided to run against her in 2016, everyone said I didn't stand a chance. She was the chair of the Democratic National Committee, and I had never run for a public office before in my life. But I was running again because I was upset with the kind of representation. I took a look at her record. I saw a typical Washington, D.C. politician who has been taking millions of dollars in campaign contributions from big Wall Street banks, predatory payday lenders, private prison companies, the big sugar industry. You name it, there's not a special corporate interest that she will not take money from. Maybe there might be one or two, but not many. Our campaign, we didn't take any corporate money. I pledged never to take a penny from these corporate interests. This is a grassroots campaign. We ran a great campaign last time. I tried to inspect the ballots, the public records request, because we had serious doubts about the final count. The supervisor of elections of Broward County stonewalled my public records request. We brought a lawsuit. While the lawsuit was pending, the supervisor destroyed all the paper ballots. We have that on a videotape deposition, and the Florida Circuit Court ruled for us, said she violated state and federal statutes. These are felonies. And yet there's no criminal investigation. What is this state becoming? What is this country becoming? You know, you're talking about a rule of law. I'm against the war on drugs. I'm against mass incarceration. I'm against private prisons. You know, the law comes down very hard on people from the wrong side of the tracks. But when the powerful and the politically connected destroy ballots, they get away with it. This has to change. I'm not running to be part of a club in Washington, D.C. I'm running to shake up the club. Okay, top priority, Joe Kaufman said, jobs. I agree with him on that. I'll disagree on this. The official unemployment rate is a fantasy. Fantasy. Okay? 3.5%, 4%. Those are crappy paying jobs. They have no security of employment. They usually don't come with any kind of health benefits. And I see what this country did for my family. My dad was a child immigrant who came to this country. I'm a first generation on my dad's side, second generation on my mom's side. My family benefited from the New Deal and the GI Bill of Rights. As a law professor, I'm shocked that most of my students don't know what I'm talking about when I mention the New Deal and the GI Bill of Rights. But that is a public sector that is well funded by the federal government. Instead of letting the infrastructure fall apart through this fiscal austerity, always cutting back budgets, and then privatizing things. They're privatizing the public schools K-12, they're privatizing the waterworks, they privatize the election counting machinery. Private software companies, and you can't even inspect the software. They're privatizing the transit system. That's not what made this country great. This country was built on the shoulders of labor. First it was slave labor, then it was wage labor, and the New Deal gave a balance between the public sector and the private sector. You know, it bothers me when they call that socialism. What we've seen here for the last decade is socialism for the Wall Street banks. Socialism for the 1%. That's got to stop. I'm running for office to help the community. I'd like to see a big public works jobs program. I'd like to see the schools being rebuilt. I want to end the war on drugs, end mass incarceration, end these private immigration detention centers and the private prisons. I am the complete opposite of David Marcy Schultz.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, working to say these 2 minutes are different primaries, Democratic primary and Republican primary.
Well, actually, let me correct that. Because the Democratic Party didn't seem to care at all about the destruction of ballots, I decided to run as an independent. I'm on the ballot in November. It's a heavily gerrymandered district. It's only 25% Republican. No offense intended to Joe, but it's going to be tough for a Republican to take second place in a three-way race. Voting for me is not throwing away your vote. It doesn't mean a Republican's going to get elected. At this point, it's 40% Democrat, 35% independent.
My apologies. I swear from the last election. All right. Real quickly, and judging from our audience this evening, healthcare and the access to it and the affordability of it is a huge deal. With such different philosophies in your political past, I'd like you to talk a little bit about how
So what was the problem before Obamacare? Because in the United States, you had the best healthcare system in the world, at least quality of healthcare. But the cost was the problem, correct? In the state of Florida, before Obamacare, you had a half dozen companies, competing against each other. But it really wasn't competition, because when you have a half dozen companies, you basically have an oligopoly agreeing with price and setting price for everybody. So what needs to happen? Instead of having a half dozen companies, you need a lot more competition. Because what did Obamacare do? Obamacare, at least it brought down the price for some people, but there were a lot of problems. One of the problems was quality. Quality went down under Obamacare. Businesses, small businesses especially, but businesses performed under Obamacare. Premiums went up. Deductibles skyrocketed under Obamacare. So what is the fix for this? It's competition. It's having, instead of 6 companies competing against each other in the state of Florida, and that was basically the norm in the majority of states in the United States. Instead of having 6 companies in the state of Florida competing against each other, you would have nationwide 300+ companies competing against each other. Because of this competition, it would bring down the price. Because everybody's competing against each other, they're trying to compete for your service, for your money. So it's going to drive down the price. But also with regards to competition, it's going to drive up quality. Because those who do poorly will fall by the wayside. But those who do great will prosper. And so number one, we need, like I said, competition, nationwide competition. Instead of 6 companies, 300+ companies competing against each other. One great thing about Obamacare was that it discussed pre-existing conditions and allowed for people with pre-existing conditions to get health care. Because a friend of mine has cancer, and it was the one thing, they were a couple, they were actually Republicans, conservatives. But one thing they loved about Obamacare was that she was able to get health care with her cancer. But what we can do instead of Obamacare with regards to pre-existing conditions is that you would have risk pools, such as auto insurance companies have, where you pair one bad driver with a number of good drivers, and you mitigate the cost across the board. You would have one person in poor health paired with a number of people in good health, and it would mitigate the cost across the board. And another thing I support is menu pricing for hospitals and doctors, so that you know generally the cost of your health care, the cost of your doctor before you get the bill. Because when you get that bill, it could be 2 weeks, a month later, and all of a sudden you're footed with this giant bill. So I think that you should know a basic amount of what you're going to pay beforehand. Anyway, thanks.
What if you don't have health care? You're not able to get health.
Well, when you don't have health care and you're under financial strain, you have Medicaid that supports you. Well, can't always. Certainly, look, I'm not going to stand here and tell you, and my opponent may, but I'm not going to stand here and tell you that everybody in the country should have free health care. I think that destroys the health care system. But what I want to see is, number one, for those who can't afford health care to get Medicaid, and number two, for health care to be good quality and low cost for everyone else. If we can do that, if we can drive down the cost for those who are in the middle between those who can't afford it and those who are wealthy and have no problems affording it, then we will do right by Americans.
But the job only hire you enough to be able to not qualify for insurance.
Okay, the question is, for someone who wants to take a congressional seat, it will be his or her job to figure out how to get through a process and a plan to make sure you have health care that you can afford. What are your ideas for that?
Appreciate that. Can everyone hear me without the microphone?
Yeah.
Because the microphone has a bit of an echo and it's not quite as crowded right now, so let me just speak speak up a little bit. As a professor at a university, I've got health care. It's interesting, each year when you've got to go through the open enrollment, I've got the choice. I can gamble on my own health. I could pay a lower premium, but if I get sick, I got to pay higher at that time. It's almost like a casino on our own health care. Now, the Affordable Care Act might have moved the ball forward for some people, but it left 29 million Americans with no health insurance. It also left a lot of Americans with unaffordable care, with paying very high premiums and deductibles and copays. If any of us gets on a plane right now, here tonight, and flies over to Germany or France or Sweden or Denmark or Holland or a dozen other countries, Canada, thank you, everyone's covered. Everyone should be covered. Franklin Roosevelt in 1944 talked about an economic bill of rights. And one of those rights is the right for health care, is the right for coverage. We need Medicare for all. You know, a study just came out from a Koch brothers billionaire-funded think tank, the Mercatus Center, I think it's called, and they tried to scare everyone. Just came out a couple of days ago that it will cost $32 trillion over 10 years to cover everyone with Medicare for all. What folks weren't reporting on Fox News and elsewhere is that it would cost $300 billion more than that under the current system. Medicare for all will cost less. You won't pay a premium, you won't pay a copay. It'll come out of progressive taxation, and it's time to have progressive taxation. The top tax bracket in this country starts at like $500,000 a year. Well, I hate to break the news to everyone, but there's an awful lot of rich people making more than $500,000 a year. 10 times that amount, 100 times that amount, 1,000 times that amount. There are hedge fund managers making $1 billion a year, paying a lower effective tax rate than I'm paying and that you're paying. This country is on its head. It's upside down. It is greed. You know, these billionaires that don't want to give us Medicare for all, they've got so much wealth that they could live 1,000,000 lifetimes and they still couldn't spend it all. This is pathological that's going on right now. This is a generation here in this country and elsewhere where people have forgotten their common humanity. Every single human being in this country should have health care. And, okay, that's going to mean greater demand for health services as more of us are covered. I've got a solution for that. Let the federal government start funding the training of nurses and doctors and more hospitals. This is what the New Deal was about. The New Deal paid for all of that. The federal government was involved in research and development and healthcare and medical training. And I'll tell you, my dad's generation, that GI generation, 16 million Americans returned from World War II. They had health benefits. Let's have a national service program. Let's have a full employment guarantee for jobs for anyone who wants to work and make sure that everyone has health care. Medicare for all.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for staying. It's been quite the evening, is it not?
Yeah.
And I think this concludes the Miami Times candidate